Welcome to this special edition of Throwback, only on the Jewish History Channel. Hi, I'm Lisa Scharf, and we are looking at major historic highlights from the last 31 years and a few essential milestones you may have missed. The 80s, a decade that brought us Pac-Man, CNN, and the personal computer. The year is 1987. The price of gas is 90 cents a gallon. The New York Yankees pass by their 13,000th game, and the Dow Jones falls 22% in one day of trading. Around the world, the Cold War is still brewing. President Reagan demands the USSR tear down this wall. Jews are still not allowed of the USSR, and Judaism in America is still associated with words like oi gewalt, ugh, feh. But one rabbi is willing to think outside the pulpit. Rabbi Ephraim Buchwald. He establishes a new brand to give Jews positive, joyous Jewish experiences to help turn the oi into joy. The National Jewish Outreach Program is born, with positive and unique beginner prayer services and uplifting educational programs, making Judaism accessible to all. As the decade comes to a close, Nintendo launches a device to make the arcade experience accessible to everybody, the Game Boy. The Russian-born Tetris tune can be heard everywhere. Along with the catchy radio jingle, being Jewish is just the beginning. The National Jewish Outreach Program is in full gear, convincing 2,000 Jews across America to turn Friday night into Shabbat. The 90s. Better haircuts, a cleaner New York, Seinfeld, Simpsons, and Friends. As a major milestone is marked, officially ending the Cold War, NJOP marks their own major milestones as they speed past their 100,000th participant, helping Jews from Russia, providing a Russian translation of the popular NJOP Hebrew primer, bringing Shabbat to Britain, bringing Jews to Israel, and bringing the Jewish language to New York subway riders. As America starts recovering from the biggest court case of the decade, O.J. Simpson, Rabbi Buchwald takes on Big Tobacco. It's the most unique Shabbat campaign ever seen, encouraging Americans to give your lungs a religious experience. This Shabbat, light candles, not cigarettes, which may or may not have led to the 1997 landmark lawsuit against Big Tobacco, requiring them to spend $368 billion to run campaigns similar to Rabbi Buchwald's. NJOP has strangely not received any of those anti-smoking funds, by the way. The 90s keep turning. Dolly becomes the most talked about sheep ever. Shabbat across America becomes the biggest Shabbat campaign ever, with the LA Times dubbing McShabbos. NJOP uses the publicity to acquire more so-called McShabbos franchises. And the publicity keeps coming, with NJOP being featured in a cover article in New York Magazine. Now it's time to take that McShabbos magic and spread it to the high holidays. NJOP delivers special kit materials for centers all across the country to take part in the beginner services, promising a high holiday service for those who aren't so high on the holidays. The McShabbos magic throughout the 90s, with ads pretty much everywhere on bus shelters, subway placards, billboards, in national publications like Time Magazine, U.S. News and World Report, Newsweek, Sports Illustrated, and scores of daily newspapers. It even starts appearing in Google search results, because Google lands on the internet scene with a huge bang. But everyone is thinking the same thing. We love the simplicity of this website, but let's get real. There's no way they can make money from this. Well, that's when the National Jewish Outreach Program hits computers with a high-tech CD-ROM equipped with tools for the synagogue, kosher kitchen, Shabbat table, and Hebrew reading. The 20th century draws to a close, and Rabbi Buchwald is still having it out with Major Tobacco, driving a major campaign for the great Jewish American smokeout. It's the turn of the century. Many fear this will be the end, while others prepare their technology by installing all their systems with Y2K compatible upgrade kits. Meantime, thousands equip themselves with kits to upgrade their soul. Shabbat 2000 gift boxes are being handed out all over Times Square. This is the same year that NJOP crosses the 500,000 mark of people directly affected by one of their programs. To mark this amazing milestone, NJOP creates guides to meaningful Jewish holiday experiences around the year. The year 2000 kicks off with Rabbi Buchwald on Good Morning America. And beginning with a UN resolution, the U.S. prepares for war with Iraq. Jews in the U.S. prepare for Passover through the launch of the NJOP Model Seder program. As Iraq is filled with much anticipated shock and awe, U.S. forces crash into Iraq. The same year, Rabbi Buchwald launches a crash course on Jewish history, and on a second front line, launches a crash course on Hebrew writing. But this is no ordinary decade. Thanks to the likes of Mark Zuckerberg, who's barely bar mitzvah, launching Facebook from his dorm room. Miles away, NJOP starts its North American search for the best chicken soup through the Great Chicken Soup Challenge. Obviously, Adel wins. In the Middle East, the president of Egypt changes the constitution to allow a multi-candidate election. This emboldens NJOP to take their Shabbat Across America magic and apply it to the Jews getting out of Egypt, Passover across America. The Parents Are Teachers initiative is launched across North American Hebrew schools. Other new NJOP initiatives blast off, some literally, with the Great Shofar Blast-Off, the abridged High Holiday Beginner Services, and Sukkot across America. 2006 is the year of the American palate, with the start of the new show Top Chef and the release of the Gourmet Shabbat, published to celebrate 10 years of Shabbat across America. The world changes in 2007 with Steve Jobs introducing the first iPhone, connecting people to the world through a handheld device, and Rabbi Ephraim Buchwald introducing the Judaica Across America competition, connecting Jews to their roots through meaningful pieces of Judaica. 2008, the Dow Jones has the single biggest drop since the year NJOP was created. But this is not deterring NJOP from using technology to connect with Jews worldwide. The wildly popular Jewish Tweets is born. NJOP joins Twitter even before Donald Trump. Fidel Castro retires. Jewish Treats hires. A new sub-brand for juicy bits of Judaism for email, blog, and Facebook. It's 2009 in New York City, and a plane lands on the Hudson as Jewish Tweets lands itself in second place as the most influential Jewish newswire, emboldening NJOP to open Tweebrew School. Chrysler files for bankruptcy. 2010 is a game changer with the popularity of YouTube. Rabbi Buchwald decides to take the platform beyond adorable cats. And the NJOP website gets more than 1 million views. And people log on to see a feeling, as in I've got a feeling. Weekly inspiration, Rabbi Buchwald's weekly message. Soulful, featured on the Today Show, Soul Bigger High Holiday Song. Training webisodes for those conducting a Passover Seder. A promotion for the best Seder, also featured on the NBC's Today Show. Training webinars for partners. Teaching everything from social media, programming, Seder, Hebrew crash course, and how to lead a high holiday for beginners. With the popularity of ebooks springing up, NJOP jumps right in with a complete Hanukkah guide ebook and complete Shabbat guide. Also, how to prepare a Passover Seder, the 10 Commandments, plus the complete guide to Rosh Hashanah, Purim, and a book on 99 fascinating Jewish personalities. Being the first on many new mediums to reach the Jew in a unique way, NJOP crosses many amazing milestones, including passing 25,000 followers on Twitter and introducing an Olympic Pinterest board showcasing the celebrated Jewish athletes of the London Games. 2015, the year that kicks off the most divisive political campaign in recent history. The country gets split by political parties unwilling to budge. That's why Rabbi Buchwald introduces a brand new political party, the Shabbat Party, and social media loves it. The decade continues with amazing milestones and using the latest technology to make Judaism accessible to a new generation, most recently with the successful NJOP Hanukkah campaign. The year is now 2019. Pac-Man becomes popular again. Gas prices simmer at about $2.50 in New York. And New Yorkers host a huge event at the Edison Ballroom. honoring 31 years of NJOP with close to 2 million positive Jewish experiences. Those numbers are actual generations that are shaped. Judaism is alive and well and staying positive thanks to the efforts of people like Rabbi Ephraim Buchwald and NJOP. Thanks so much for taking this walk through the decades with us. I'm Lisa Scharf. Enjoy the rest of your evening.